Welcome everybody to another episode of Beers and Bourbon with Dick and Brett. I'm Dick.
And I'm Brett.
I think we're running out of shit to do over here, Brett.
Yeah, it's going to have to go back to the standard.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll figure it out from here. Welcome back, everyone. Today's a little bit of a different episode. A couple episodes ago, we went 2 beers. Today, we're going 2 bourbons. These are both Brett's bourbons. Brett, tell us what bourbon we got for today.
So today we got the good old trusty Maker's Mark. With this one, we're starting here with 2 bourbons in their wood finishing series, FAE-01, and then later released the FAE-02. So a little bit about these 2 bourbons is one is more of a fruit forward bourbon. From what the bottle tells us, it's focused more on barrel extractives. So you're gonna maybe get some more wood, some char, some, like let's say fruit forward. So you're gonna get a little bit more of that citrus and that fruit kind of forward flavors, maybe cherries. I'm not really sure yet. As you can see, that bottle has actually been drinking, but the last time I drank that was when I bought it in 2001. So
2001?
I believe so.
2021?
I mean 2021.
2001? That'd be 22 years old. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's not that old.
I was still in high school in
2021. Fuck, I was I think I was at USC at some sorority parties or something like that.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah. And then you got FAE-02, which is more full-bodied, I guess. It says on the back that it's creamy mouth coating. It's focused on more of the mouth kind of feel of what you're getting from it. So we're gonna find out what the difference is between these 2 bourbons right now. And that's what we got for you today. So Maker's Mark, I mean, at the end of the day, they put out a lot of bourbon. A lot of it's very accessible, but they do also put out some bottles that are a little bit less accessible and a little bit more harder to find. Not super hard to find as long as you know that they're coming, but people will pick them off. And it's a collector thing. So there's a lot of people that collect bottles of Maker's Mark. Obviously, the cool presentation with the wax dip is pretty neat, and we'd really like to just kind of find out how we're gonna start. So I think we go 01 first, right? Let's just do it in order.
We have to, yeah. I think the cool thing is you can go anywhere in the world. I think, and everyone knows what the Maker's Mark wax strip is. Yeah. It's always different. I appreciate Brett bringing these on. We've been talking a little bit about doing this for a while. Do we want to do a versus? And we thought this should be our first versus on bourbon. So absolutely. You know what I realized though is what a rookie move. I put beer glasses out. We're not even gonna fucking drink beer.
It's okay. I was gonna say something,
but
I think that Dick is slightly under the weather today. So I mean, don't mind him if you hear him snort or sniff a little bit. He caught a case of my house is full of a ton of women. And they get sick, and then I get sick, or he gets sick.
Yeah, we all got it.
I got a little bit of it, and mine is now said and done within 2 or 3 days, and his is now just creeping on him. But he's still here, putting out the effort to get you guys reviews of some cool shit, so we are ready and excited to try this one. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I mean,
and a little bourbon won't help or hurt his sickness either.
It's definitely gonna help.
Yeah,
it's definitely. I haven't had any bourbon since the last time we filmed, and we were supposed to film I think this last weekend, and I bailed out on it like a little bitch. So I always give Brett shit when he fucking can't film, and then I fucking bailed. So
yeah, I wasn't trying to give him too much shit, just a little bit today.
It's fine. I mean, we're back. It's fine. My nose is not going to be as good as it usually is because it's all stuffed up with snot, but...
So my nose on this is pretty harsh.
The drink's pretty
off the bat.
It's pretty hot, right?
Yeah, I feel it definitely smells like it's going to be warm. It's 50 in the 55% range or something like that. I think one is slightly lower than the other.
They're both close to barrel proof, so one's 54, one's 55, so 58 is considered barrel proof. So we're pretty close there. So... a higher ABV.
It's singeing my nose hairs right now.
Let's go.
I don't know if it's gonna do it for you, but
cheers, brother.
Let's check it out and see what happens.
I mean, full body, fucking off the flavor right off the bat. Drinks similar to a barrel proof to me.
Yeah.
But it's not. What's cool is, I think that's the difference between a 54 or 55 to a 60. Is it like dissipates. So it's like I get the full mouthfeel. I get that coated. You know, I'm trying to search for the fruit. I think my senses are a little fucked up, but.
No, I don't think that they are. Honestly, I'm trying to pull fruit out of it too, and I'm not getting a ton. I'm getting like a slight little tiny bit of I wouldn't even say berry, like it's or like cherry. It's
like a stone fruit?
No. Hold on.
I don't
I'm gonna need one more.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm
not you're not gonna get a good nose from this guy today, but
no, but even I think the flavor profile. The second drink's a lot more mellow. I think because I'm warmed up now.
I'm definitely getting a lot of the barrel. It just seems like whatever fruit forward they're talking about has been a little bit overtaken by that toastedness, the barrel.
Yeah.
The wood, and I think just straight the proof.
I'm okay with it though. So when it comes to makers, I feel like makers is like middle of the road for most of their bourbon. Like I wouldn't say it's shit, but
No.
I wouldn't even with the specialties. Like I'm not expecting it to knock my socks off, but I do feel like this is like full bodied. I guess is my word for today. Is like flavor profile up front. Has a decent finish. No Kentucky hug for me, but I still taste it on my tongue.
I'm not getting a big Kentucky hug out of this one either. It's powerful. It brings.
Punch.
It's got a lot of flavor. That flavor isn't distinctive enough for me to pick it up. I mean, maybe when we try the FAE-02, and what they're saying is that they've made it more of a creamy, smooth mouth coating, thicker. Because this one's kind of sharp. But all the flavors are there. It's very hard to determine what those flavors are, I think.
Does it sell age statement on here? No, they don't.
I don't think so, no.
So that would be really interesting to me because
It's got to be younger, though. I can't imagine it to be too old.
And that was going to be my point,
Yeah.
was typically on a younger bourbon, it takes a while to mature. It's going to extract, especially if you have like hot, humid summers, it's going to extract that char, it's going to extract that barrel really quickly. And I think over time, the barrel flavor is still there, but you get more of the flavor of the bourbon. This one, I would agree, even not knowing the age statement, I would think it's younger. We'll get to the next one and we'll figure out what it tastes like, but it'd be interesting to know, is this like a 5-year and this is an 8-year? You know, what is the difference between them?
Yeah.
Because I think that's an important part of the distilling process, the aging process, where you get different notes.
Yeah, I feel like I want to do a better job of describing the bourbon that we're getting out of this one, because I know it is a versus, but it's difficult for me. I think it's really, really.
I agree. I think
really sharp and quick, but everything's there. It just doesn't last very long, I'm guessing. You know, so it's more. It's more. I don't want to say refined or dumbed down because it's not. It's more sharp. It's more angled, straight to the point.
I taste the barrel. That's the majority of what
of barrel.
That's the majority of what I'm getting. And it's not an oak bomb barrel though. Mm-hmm. It's more of like that heat from the barrel, right? And so like when you think about, like people say, you know, 23-year-old Elijah Craig or Pappy, they're oak bombs. Like that, we're not getting that type of oak flavor or that barrel flavor. We're getting more of the heat, I think, from the oak.
Yeah, it's minus cinnamon. It's minus like peppery. None of that stuff is in there. With the heat is, like you said, it's just straight wood heat, like almost, you know.
It says that you're supposed to get a little tobacco. I do get a little on the back end.
Yeah.
And tobacco to me,
where it is, dissipates pretty quick.
It's like a mellow leaf flavor. Like it's almost like a bland flavor. And when I say bland, I'm not talking about like you're eating wafers and there's nothing, but it's a, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, that tobacco flavor in bourbon, or even like if you're smoking a stogie, is kind of like a flat, dry, crisp flavor, but you know it's a leaf. You know it's that kind of.
I mean, I forgot honestly, from the moment that I just looked at this bottle until now, and you mentioned tobacco, but you say tobacco, I'm finding
just kind of a mellow, middle of the road. It's there. I taste it, but it's not a very high pungent. It's not sweet. It's not like smoky. It's not tart. It's not cinnamon or caramel. It's just kind of like just consistent.
Yeah, this one takes me back into the woods. You know, I'm hunting with some buddies and we're pouring this up. But
that's a good fucking call.
But we don't have enough time to actually sit around. Like, we're trying to get a little buzz on before we take another hike. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I feel.
This is like you came back, grabbed a quick bite. You're like, shit, we've been up all morning. We haven't shot shit.
Yeah.
Maybe a little fire because it's cold as fuck out in the woods. You got this. Take a couple swigs and you're back out.
And we're back out, yeah.
I think that's a good description.
So that's an in and outer.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We haven't described where it takes you, and you kind of did that pretty organic. Yeah. I mean, we're figuring out this versus. I'm pretty excited for this because, again, to everyone out there, we said we're going to listen to your feedback, and we want you to understand that.
Yeah, there's the tobacco in it for sure.
It's so weird to describe that though. If you were here drinking it with us, everyone, you'd understand what we're saying. But like that tobacco flavor is very faint, but it's very consistent.
Yeah, there it is. Fruit forward expression with notes of tobacco and wood. Tobacco and wood for sure. The fruit forward. Yeah, maybe that's the only thing that's keeping it from being super hot because it does seem like a very young bourbon.
I don't taste the fruit, but again, in my palate's a little fucked up.
I don't taste it either, really. I mean, I'm getting a note of or a hint of something, but I can't put words to what it is. So if I can't do that, then it's not there, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
If it's not defined, it's not defined.
I'm going to say that I'm not feeling it on the fruit forward, but I am feeling tobacco and wood on that one for sure.
So these are Brett's bottles, so I want him to crack FAE-02.
Ooh, there's nothing more fun, okay, guys, than cracking a Maker's Mark wax seal. I don't know what it is about it. It's just fun. I don't know if you've ever watched videos on YouTube or you've ever watched, kind of cool things from Maker's Mark's website or whatever, where they show dipping the bottles. They even do, like, when they do tours, they allow you to, like, dip your own bottle, I think.
Badass, yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Like, I've seen ones where the guys have, like, dunked the whole head in, and some where, like, they just put it on the tip, and the lady's looking at her, and she's like, just a tip, you know?
Just for
like,
a second.
Just for a second. Looking at him like, you need to, get a little deeper in there, you know what I'm saying? And but it's just cool, and I love the way that the bottle looks. So let's open this bad.
They're all unique. That's the coolest part.
Yeah, everyone's different because it's live hot wax that they're dipping this stuff into. So not one is going to look like the other, and but yet consistently they do look like the other.
Agreed. So me and Brett were talking earlier. So we're about to start up the Dick and Brett brewery coming up pretty soon. So I haven't brewed beer in a while, but I did do a beer where we did a barrel-aged beer. It was a chocolate stout that we aged in it was Kings County Distillery in New York.
If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm sticking the wax back up on top of this lid.
Yeah. So
I use the sticky part, and I fold it in half, and then I stick that back on there, and so that way, when I put it back on, it looks cooler.
That's dope. I was trying to figure out what the fuck.
It's either that fucking lame or that's a pretty cool thing. I'm not really sure yet. We'll find out.
I think it's pretty cool.
Okay.
So we have a beer out there that we're gonna try going forward, and we're gonna pair it with the Makers. And it's a 22-ounce bomber. It's a chocolate stout aged in Kings County Distillery bourbon barrel, and it's got wax tip on it. And so we'll be able to do a beer and a bourbon. Maker's Mark style-esque going forward. So that was a heavy pour, man.
Sorry, I'm trying to get us drunk.
That's fine. I'm cool with that, dude. I am feeling better, by the way. That one bourbon just...
That is good. That's what I'm here for.
Didn't they say a bourbon a day keeps the doctor away?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say?
I think so.
I wish I could comment on the nose.
That's what my doctor says. He's always asking me how many I've had a day, and I always tell him.
You go to the doctor?
Like once every 22 years, so I'm due pretty soon.
I mean, I pay for benefits, but I don't use them.
This one, right off the bat, doesn't smell as hot, which I'm surprised because this is a neck pour.
Yeah.
Off a fresh crack of a bottle. So,
do you remember what episode we talked about a neck pouring? It was on the first couple.
It was one of the first few. Yeah, we were trying to get you guys some terms and conditions of things that we're going to say in the future. Well, here it is again. Fresh crack, neck pour, typically hot. Neck pour being the neck of the bottle right here, so it's the first pour out of the bottle. A lot of the times it just seems to be a little bit more pungent and powerful than the rest of the bottle. Once it gets some air, settles down, tends to calm out a little bit. Not always true in every case, but in most cases I would say, you know, we wouldn't have a term for it if it wasn't actually something that you experience quite regularly.
99% of the time the neck pour is hot.
Yeah.
And I would think it'd be the opposite because I think it's the last pour they hit.
This one smells 5 times less hot than the FAE-01. So the FAE-02 is supposed to be more creamy, round, and mouth coating is what it says.
I'm interested to see the creamy. The mouth coating makes sense, but the creamy is a unique term in bourbon.
Yeah, let's see here. So this one, just to recap on this one says notes of toasted oak in a rich, creamy finish. Okay. So
I'm down.
I want to compare what I'm tasting to what this thing's telling me I'm going to taste. Well, that toasted oak is there.
Yeah. So the first taste, I tasted a little bit of velvety creaminess, and then boom, that oak hit hard.
I'm still getting the velvet creaminess all the way through. I'm getting a little more of a Kentucky hug than I was on the other one. It's kind of cool because this one I feel like separates itself in your mouth almost, right? So just like you said, there's that creamy overtone right off the start. And then you feel like this other stuff come through, and then this one kind of like hops right back over it, back down your throat.
I feel like it went like this.
And then that bottom part just drops right into your...
down, and then right back, and then down.
I feel like it almost, like there's 2 different things going on in this bourbon at the same time, which is interesting, because...
I agree.
I don't get that out of a lot of other bourbons, where like...
It's almost like 2 different styles of bourbon in one bottle.
Yeah, I want to say.
Let's try another. Let's try another drink.
Yeah, the toasted oak, right?
Second drink was a lot more mellow. I didn't get that roller coaster like I did on the first one of the oak, but I get the creaminess. It's like a buttery.
Yeah, it really is. Right? Yeah. It's like soft and kind of nice, but then there's still bite in it.
Oh, there's still that like undertone of like, again, we don't like generalities. I don't like to say cinnamon. I don't like to say like butter, toffee. Like anyone can Google what these say they're gonna be. Like I don't want to tell you what we think the bottle tastes like, but that's the only thing I can describe is like that consistent like spiciness of like the heat on the back end is like a little bit of like a cinnamonness on the end.
So I'm gonna kind of agree with him here, but I also want to take my own approach at this, and my own approach is this bourbon is separating the top of my mouth and my tongue.
Okay.
And so I feel like when I stick my tongue up on the top of my mouth, it's calming all that toasted oak, which is on my tongue. So the toasted oak is like drawing into my tongue area, and then on the top of my mouth, and then following it back down is like coating that creaminess. So it's almost like 2 different things going on at once, which is the top of my mouth is very creamy and very buttery, if you want to call it. It's not really that, but and then down below my tongue and under my tongue are like kind of burning a little bit, like, but it's that toasted flavor. Yeah. So it's like you're putting one and one together, like kind of like a s'more, a reverse s'more maybe, like if you had graham cracker on the inside and then the outside was wrapped with like a burnt marshmallow.
And they got together and they fucked?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly.
No, I don't disagree with what Brett's putting down because, again, when we say creamy, like we're not talking like these are hard things to describe when people aren't here because to me it's a softness of it, it's a mellowness of it, and to me when you think about a bourbon, in a liquid that can coat your mouth and create a very calming sensation, like a very thick environment. Like, to me, that's what creamy is. Yeah. I do agree that I taste the barrel. And we've tasted the barrel 2 different ways, which is really cool because this one was, again, I would love Maker's Mark to let us know the age statement. I understand why most people don't do age statements on bourbon because then you get a lot of shit about it's not old enough. You're saying, yeah, it's like
but it's too young, right?
How are you gonna charge me $150 for a 4-year bourbon? It just became bourbon. Like, there's a lot of scrutiny on it, but I would venture to guess that this is a little young pup right here, and this is the matured version of it. Just based off the profile, you can look at the difference in color in them. Like, it all stacks up that this drinks like the young buck and very much, boom, right in your face, and then mellows. And then this one is very consistent. It's very polished, and it's refined. What you're talking about is 2 different flavor profiles in the same bottle at the same fucking time.
Yeah, and completely opposite of what I would consider to be a wheated bourbon.
100%.
Completely opposite. So that the profile difference between a Weller and a softer Weller and a Maker's and a softer Maker's is a whole different ballgame. The separation with this one, I actually really enjoy this FAE-02. This is something that I would probably want to have more of. The FAE-01 was a fun experience. Not my biggest cup of tea in regards to bourbons that I'd like to drink on the regular basis, but I'm loving this this FAE-02. It's kind of neat. I actually enjoy it. Yeah. So I would say if I had to pick between these 2 in a versus, I'd say 02. What about you, Dick?
So I wish we could break it down by like nose, flavor profile, and finish, but because of my actual condition of my health right now, we can't do the nose. But I would agree. I continue going back for this, and I'm excited about it. FAE-01, I was excited in the first 10 to 20 seconds of it, and then it fell off.
Yeah.
And I just wanted more from it, I guess is what I would say. Is it bad? No. You're going to hear us. We have, like, again, I want to be pretty clear, like, there's a lot of great bourbon out there. You can talk about the big companies, you can talk about the little companies, you can say this is shit and this is tater bottles, and we can spend all night talking about the fucking priorities of bourbon. But when I think about Makers, that's a quality product. Like, I don't think anyone out there is going to say that they're not pumping out pretty solid bourbon for the price that it is. But I was a little let down with FAE-01.
Yeah, I think going back to the hunting concept for me, this is the one that I would drink when we're on a quick break or something, like sitting on a rock and we're a little exhausted, but we're only halfway through the hunt. And this is the one that I want to drink after we've come back, we've settled in.
You got to kill right there.
We're chilling. Yeah, we already got a fucking big ass fucking animal on the back of the trunk, and everyone's stoked, and we're celebrating. This is the one I'm pouring for my friends. This is the one that maybe I'm letting somebody shoot almost, you know?
I mean, both are on the journey, but one is replaceable and one is a celebratory.
I could see this with a s'more.
I like
maybe some venison jerky or something like that. Fire.
Okay. With a nice fucking, like a nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things I will tell you is one of my favorite things is a fire out in the woods where you've chopped the wood and you've brought it over there, and I don't know if you fucking rubbed 2 rocks together or you fucking and created your fire.
How did that go again? Okay.
Like, whether you're a Boy Scout or you had a lighter or not, what I'm saying is a fire in the woods is different than anything else out there. And I would love to be sitting around a campfire with a beautiful animal that we shot, field dressed, and we're going to eat and enjoy like basically our primitive ancestors did. And again, this is, you want to talk about diversity. We're talking about Indian to any population of people did this. And then I'm going to have that as my celebratory drink. And I'm going to pour everyone around the campfire a drink and say, nice shit.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And they would love it too. This one's actually, to me, quite nice. I would definitely, if I had some friends over and they were like, hey, pour me something that's not too strong, but I really, that you think that I'd like it. At 55, that's not too much over the mark. It's not a 130, it's not a 120, we're looking at maybe 110, something like that. Or this one might be the 54, so even maybe less than that, a 108 or, 109.
It's still going to step up, though, for anyone who doesn't drink bourbon.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. So FAE-02 for me. I'm 100%. Okay.
Look, this is our pick, everyone.
Yep, there it is.
FAE-02.
Cool. Well, we did the review of this Maker's Mark, and I'll tell you what, we're super pumped to get on to do another podcast here. We might even film another one tonight. Obviously, we're slowly releasing them 1 week at a time. If we're able to put out more content, we will. We just started a TikTok channel.
Yep.
So high five on that.
High five.
What else did we throw out there? Something else that's pretty new, right?
So we got a Facebook. We got a
Facebook,
TikTok.
That's where it's at.
Yeah. So now, so our platforms are, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have TikTok, we have our YouTube. We've been talking about, do we want to go Discord and do we want to put on fucking Spotify?
What I'm thinking, Discord, we might hold off on a little bit. I know it's the hottest platform out there right now. It's the most interactive. It's the best way to get in touch with people. It's the best way to schedule things. And it's also the coolest way to break out separate conversations. So if you like talking about one type of bourbon, let's say you're a Four Roses guy, or you're a Maker's Mark guy, or you're a Willet guy, or you're an Old Carter guy, or you're, an E.H. Taylor guy, or
you're a chick who likes bourbon.
Yeah, anything. It doesn't matter like that. So you can break out different forums, and you can separate yourselves from those groups so that you can talk about the things that you're most interested in. I understand Discord pretty well.
I don't.
But my thing is that I just don't think that the community for us is large enough now to start a Discord. So let's pump up those numbers. If you guys know anybody that are watching this with your friends, please get them out there. Let them subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. And, comment and like and share and do all those kind of things so we can build a little bit bigger followers. We do want to celebrate that. We did go over the 1,000 mark on some views not too long ago, so we're super pumped on that. I think Dick put out a post on that one to congratulate and also thank everybody that has been a part of this so far. So keep it up. We're super pumped on that. We're super excited. We still want this thing to grow, and the more we grow, the more we're going to give you. I promise you that. So if that's giving you a Discord where you have access to everything, and we're going to start connecting people from different places, that's great. We've made a lot of great relationships with some other bottle shops in the area.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to start seeing some more traveling things like we had promised. We're going to do some Havasu. We're going to possibly do some other things at bottle shops. We're going to go pick up some store picks. We're going to maybe do interviews with some bottle shop owners. Maybe they can give you some insight into what it's like to create a relationship with an owner. That's the things that we're kind of looking into. We really want to get you guys immersed in not only taking the flavor profiles and the information and the history that we're able to provide, but maybe bring some outside sources in that'll help you guys with your bourbon journeys as well.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like we have 1,076 views as today, which is fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, that's fucking rad.
Super pumped about that. What I would say is we need more subscribers, right? We have a ton of love, and we're so thankful. Like, we couldn't imagine in 33 days we would have 1,000 views. There's no fucking way that I would put that on there.
No, we were looking for like 10, 15,
20. So we've been blessed on the views. We do need a little bit more subscribers, so help us out there. A couple shops that I want to shout out there. OC Bottle Shop just reposted us.
OC Bottle Shop. Thanks, guys.
Hey, that's Jeff Hill. Shout out to Jeff Hill. First repost that Dick and Brett has ever had. Reposted us out there. We had another 600 views to one of our reels overnight. Appreciate you, Jeff. Rockies, you got fucking Danny at Rockies. We're about to do a fucking pick out there from him.
He also just did something today. I just got an update saying that he liked or commented or
he's liking our reels. He's in our shit. So we're about to review a 107. We got it up there from Rockies, and he's got another one this year that we're gonna do. Danny, shout out to Danny out there in fucking Claremont at Rockies. We're gonna do a live there. We're gonna pick up there. You already know we got a lot of love for Jazz at El Cerrito.
That's right, Jazz. We got you, boy.
We got you, brother. We did a bunch of picks from Jazz. He said he's going to take care of us there. And then coming up, spoiler alert, Stadium Pizza. We got fucking beer from Stadium Pizza coming up. That's our local little spot.
If you guys don't know about Stadium Pizza, it's off Main Street and Lake Elsinore. This place is fire. They got
Let's
a brewery.
fucking go.
They're making different hazy IPAs. They're making IPAs. They're making pale ales. They got a ton of other stuff if you like stouts and porters.
They got it
and
all.
their pizza is fantastic.
Yep.
They got great specials on Tuesdays. They got good specials, I think, on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And it's an outdoor area, so you can come there, sit outdoors. They got TVs. They got a whole like grass turf area for your kids to run around, so that if you just need a break and you want to relax, go there, eat some pizza. The pizza's fire. They have a salad bar that just came back after COVID finally. Our wives love that shit.
Fire.
Salad bar, go for it, okay? And then on top of that, it's just a great place. They got everything that you guys want there.
It's
so
coming
Stadium
up.
Pizza, we're going to review some of their beers.
Stadium
right
Pizza.
here.
We just found out one of our homeboys that lives down the street. He works at Garage Brewing. My dad, Ron, who's our fucking marketing officer, and he's fucking OG. He just hooked us up with some guy from Harlan in San Diego today. Dick and Brett could not be more excited about the love that we're seeing. All we ask is continue to share with people. We're having so much fun. We hope you're having fun. We need more subscribers. Why? Because we want to keep fucking doing this and we want to keep getting the content out there. But I cannot tell you more from me and this fucking guy right here. We are so blessed that you guys are showing so much love. So you know what?
You go.
Hey, I don't know what episode this is. It might be 13. It might be 14. But it's coming out. I love you. I love this guy.
I love you, man. Hey, and I love you guys, so keep it real, all right?
Dick and Brett.
Let's fucking go.
Out. Boom. Let's fucking go.